pass Kareem last night?
Yeah, that was.
First off, big up to Bron.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Congratulations, bro. King of Kings, man.
You know what? I'm gonna say, this conversation, I mean, when we talk about the GOAT, man, he might be the GOAT. I think that right there probably solidified it. And this is the reason why. He put himself.
Kevin Garnett didn't just speak out, he detonated. The Hall of Famer went scorched earth on LeBron James and Kevin Durant, and what he had to say about Magic Johnson sent shockwaves through the entire basketball world. This wasn't a casual jab or a throwaway quote. KG was defending sacred ground, and he made it clear he was willing to torch relationships to protect the legend's name. What makes this explosive is that it all traces back to something most fans never even knew existed. A closed-door conversation that was never meant to see the light of day. No microphones, no cameras, just elite players talking freely, assuming their words would stay buried. LeBron and KD believed it would remain private. They miscalculated. According to reports, Garnett got word of comments that crossed the line, comments that questioned the legacy of Magic Johnson. And once KG heard Magic's name being tossed around disrespectfully, there was no holding him back. When a player who battled the greats, who stood across from Michael Jordan in real combat, speaks up to defend another icon, it hits different. This isn't debate show noise or social media hot takes. This is testimony from someone who earned his voice the hard way. When Garnett says, "This is the greatest player I've ever seen," it carries weight. Not because of nostalgia, but because it comes from experience, blood, sweat, and scars. He isn't judging from highlight reels or box scores. He's speaking as someone who lived it. The reaction to Magic Johnson's name being dragged into this was immediate, and the energy was chaotic. To understand why, you have to understand who Magic is. 5 NBA titles, 3 MVPs, the mastermind behind Showtime basketball. A 6'9" point guard who redefined what the position could be and turned the Lakers into a global powerhouse. Magic didn't just dominate an era, he reshaped the sport's identity. And his impact didn't end when he retired. From surviving an HIV diagnosis to becoming one of the most influential businessmen in sports, Magic Johnson represents resilience, excellence, and evolution. He's not just a former player, he's a pillar of basketball history. So when two of the modern game's biggest names are rumored to have questioned his greatness, it was bound to ignite a firestorm. Here's where it all began. In early 2025, quiet rumors started floating around league circles about a private late-night discussion involving LeBron, KD, and a small group of elite players. The kind of conversation where guards drop and honesty turns sharp. The topic reportedly shifted to past eras, overrated legends, and players who may have benefited from their time. Somehow, Magic Johnson's name entered the chat. There's no confirmed recording, no official statement pinning down exact words or locations. But multiple insiders close to the situation insist that some of the remarks made about Magic's legacy were out of bounds. And once Kevin Garnett heard about it, the situation exploded. What followed wasn't just outrage, it was a full-blown reckoning about respect, legacy, and who really gets to judge the giants of the game.
Yes, let's do it.
The floor is yours.
Magic's the GOAT point guard. I don't think that you can talk me off that ledge. I'm convinced of it.
OG, what up?
What's up, brother? How you doing, my man?
Repeat that statement.
Magic Johnson is the best point guard in NBA history.
Why do you think so?
He revolutionized the position. Not only did he revolutionize the position, he was that from the door, and he stayed that for as long as he was in the league, which was 12 seasons, first team All-NBA.
You don't care that he played with Kareem? You don't care that he played with James Worthy?
I don't care.
You don't care that Steph Curry has revolutionized the three-point shot, that he's completely changed the game?
Actually, he didn't revolutionize.
So what did LeBron James and Kevin Durant actually say that sent the basketball world into meltdown? According to people who were in the room, this wasn't respectful breakdown or XNO analysis. It felt personal. It felt dismissive. The discussion reportedly started off harmless. Someone raised the classic question, who's the greatest point guard of all time? Magic Johnson's name came up immediately, as it always does. But that's where the tone shifted. Sources claim LeBron suggested that Magic benefited from an easier era. Fewer elite athletes. Less depth across rosters. A league that hadn't yet evolved into the global talent pool we see today. The three-point line wasn't emphasized, spacing wasn't the same, and defenses hadn't caught up to modern schemes. The implication was clear. Magic dominated a version of the NBA that no longer exists. Kevin Durant allegedly backed that idea and took it a step further. According to leaked accounts, KD questioned whether Magic was more icon than assassin, more showman than scorer. He reportedly framed Magic as the face of spectacle. Brilliant passer, magnetic personality, but not necessarily someone who imposed fear the way modern stars do. KD allegedly pointed to Magic's career scoring average, just under 20 points per game, and contrasted it with today's elite guards who regularly drop 25 or 30 while still running offenses. Then came the comment that really lit the fuse. Insiders say LeBron brought up Magic's post-basketball success, hinting that his business empire and cultural influence may have inflated how his playing career is remembered. The suggestion was that Magic's legacy benefits from a halo effect, that his greatness off the court has blurred the line between who he was as a player and who he became as a mogul. Now, on the surface, debates like this happen all the time. Arguing eras, talent levels, and legacy is part of basketball culture. But there's a fine line between discussion and dismissal, and many felt that line was crossed. We're talking about Magic Johnson, a rookie who played center in an NBA Finals clincher and dropped 42 points to win a championship. A 5-time champion, a 3-time MVP, a player who redefined what leadership and versatility looked like at the highest level, and a point guard with more rings at his position than LeBron and KD combined. Word of the conversation didn't stay contained for long. It reportedly made its way to old-school legends through intermediaries. A short audio clip surfaced. Screenshots of texts referencing the discussion began circulating. And suddenly the internet erupted. Fans split instantly. Younger fans defended LeBron and KD, arguing they were simply being honest about basketball evolution. Older fans saw it as wildly disrespectful, an unnecessary attempt to diminish a giant of the game. But while the debate raged online, no one expected what came next. Because when Kevin Garnett heard what was said, he didn't respond with a tweet. He didn't soften his words. He stepped in like a man ready for war, and that's when this situation stopped being a debate and turned into a full-blown reckoning.
I think anybody in this generation could have played like 20 years ago, if I'm being 100. And this is to everybody in our league, Tatum, all y'all. Let me tell y'all something, bro. 20 years ago, bro, you couldn't get to a triple step back. You hear what I'm saying to you? You couldn't get to a triple step back, and then if you shot that, it had to go in. You know why? Because we had efficiency back in the day, my dude, and it was so hard. It was too physical.
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett didn't whisper. He didn't hint. He didn't subtweet. KG snapped straight into the camera, voice up, finger pointed, laying down the law on respect. Because if there's one thing you don't do, it's disrespect the legends who built this game. And if you know anything about Kevin Garnett, you know he takes that personally. This is the same man who played every night like it was a street fight, who talked trash with purpose, who guarded his teammates, his era, and the history of basketball like it was sacred. So when reports surfaced that LeBron James and Kevin Durant had something slick to say about Magic Johnson, KG lost his patience. During a recent interview that's been blowing up online, Garnett was asked about how today's stars view NBA legends. And that's when the switch flipped. You don't talk about Magic like that. That was it. No qualifiers. No soft landing. Just facts. He made it clear, rings, points, and accolades don't give you permission to erase history. Magic Johnson created lanes half the league is driving through today. Showtime didn't just entertain, it changed basketball forever. And KG wasn't finished. He acknowledged his respect for LeBron and KD, but drew a hard line. You don't get to rewrite the past just because your era feels tougher. Magic battled Hall of Famers every night. Bird, Kareem, Dr. J, Isaiah. Real killers. And he didn't survive, he dominated. Garnett broke down Magic's greatness moment by moment. The rookie finals performance at center, the IQ, the leadership, the way he made everyone better. Then came the dagger. If you think Magic is overrated, you don't understand winning. You don't understand sacrifice. And you don't understand what it means to lead and still be the best on the floor. This wasn't just about Magic. This was KG defending an entire generation he feels is being pushed aside. Debate stats all you want, but don't disrespect the foundation. The internet exploded. Old heads applauded. Younger fans pushed back. And just like that, Kevin Garnett poured gasoline on an already raging fire. For a guy who normally lives online and never hesitates to fire back, the silence was deafening. Kevin Durant said nothing. And fans noticed. Some believe his camp told him to let the moment pass. Others think KD knows he stepped out of bounds and didn't want to make things worse. But here's the problem. Silence doesn't bury a story like this. It fuels it. Because now the perception is simple. LeBron and KD took shots at a legend, got called out by one of the most intense competitors the game has ever seen, and chose not to face it head-on. The media wasted no time jumping in. Stephen A. Smith devoted an entire segment to backing KG, questioning why showing public respect was suddenly so hard. Shannon Sharpe broke down why avoiding the moment only damages their image. Even Charles Barkley weighed in, flatly stating that Magic Johnson is a top 5 player ever, and anyone arguing otherwise doesn't understand basketball. That's when the generational lines hardened. Younger fans, many who never watched Magic play live, defended LeBron and KD. They argued the modern game is faster, tougher, and more skilled. They claimed re-evaluating legends is part of progress. To them, KG sounded nostalgic, stuck in the past. But older fans? They were livid. They flooded timelines with Magic's finals performances, his battles with Bird, his championship moments. Their message was clear: respect isn't optional. You don't enjoy today's global NBA without honoring the men who made it possible. And suddenly this wasn't just about one comment. It was about legacy, about character, about whether two players deeply conscious of how history will judge them just made a mistake that could linger far longer than any stat line. Zoom out, and this becomes bigger than Kevin Garnett defending Magic Johnson. This is a reflection of a growing tension across the league, a cultural shift where greatness is debated without regard for foundation. Magic didn't just play basketball. He helped save the NBA. When he and Larry Bird arrived, the finals weren't even live on TV. The league was struggling. Together, they transformed basketball into must-see entertainment and built the bridge every superstar since has crossed. Every era stands on the shoulders of the last. And while the game has evolved, evolution doesn't erase history. Garnett's message was simple: debate all you want, but don't diminish the legends to elevate yourself. And here's the uncomfortable truth. LeBron and KD are all-time greats, but neither has matched Magic's championship legacy at the point guard position. 5 rings, 9 finals and 12 seasons. A decade-defining dynasty. Questioning that greatness doesn't come off confident, it comes off insecure. As for Magic, he stayed silent. No response. No defense. And that might be the loudest statement of all. His resume speaks for him. Kevin Garnett made sure the league heard the message. Respect is non-negotiable. Silence is being noticed. And legacy isn't just about what you do on the court, it's about how you honor the ones who paved the way. So what do you think? Did LeBron and KD cross a line? Or is this just the new generation speaking freely? Team KG or Team LeBron?